So I'm going to talk about something a little controversial, and I hope it triggers you in a beautiful way. But you guys, a lot of people are looking for this perfect storage deal, and I want to say that it's dead. Okay. And the real reason is because they're missing what's the real opportunity, which is being a good operator, finding those value add facilities. And most people are winning in storage right now because they're finding like where are the unsophisticated mom and pop owners that are out in third or fourth tier markets. And then number two, where are they leaving money on the table, right? Like, where are they not actually having good systems? They're not picking up the phones. They're not actually looking at and doing dynamic pricing. And they're, oh, by the way, like 15% below market rates. And they've never raised prices since COVID, right? So that's the money on the table, right? We want to capitalize on this, make it better, not only for the community, but we want to make money. JMM is what my dad said, is just make money. And it's very true. And that is what commercial real estate and self storage is. It's a business and it's a commercial real estate asset, and you have to treat it like that. Okay. So I genuinely believe that there will be more millionaires made in 2026 and 2028 because it is buy time right now. It is the bottom. I literally called my financial advisor and we like walked through this quarter and he's like, Bree, it's the bottom. I know. And we're going to take advantage of it. And it's buy time. Most people right now are scared and they're on the sidelines and they're waiting just like in COVID did. And you guys all know back in COVID, everyone wished they bought 5 more storage facilities, like 5 more houses, all the things, and they are too scared to even do it. And so I don't want you to end up like that, like right now. Okay. So making sure that we take advantage of this buy time because it never feels good, right? Most of the time, opportunity is hidden in overalls, right? And value add that doesn't smell good. It's like that. It's camouflaged in these different markets. Okay. So I always say scared money can't make money. And you guys, if you haven't heard the song, it is very good and it's true. And I always like to talk about it because it will feel uncomfortable to buy your first storage facility. And that is what we do very well in self-storage school, is that in the first 6 weeks, we give you an understanding of what are the 6 weeks of foundations, right? How do you understand what a facility is worth? How do you find it? How do you actually structure it? How do you underwrite it with a certain operating process in place? And then, oh, how do you submit an offer, like a win-win offer on what it's really worth? Like we just had a storage student that just closed on a $1.5 million facility in Texas. And you guys, they got $300,000 off their asking price. And so they were under contract. This owner was under contract previously off market. And they fell out of contract last minute at 1.8. And our student came in and said, hey, I'll offer you 1.5. And they came and said, yes. Okay. And the reason is because we shared with the student and like, go show them that you're the best owner and operator to take this deal down. And you will actually close, right? And you're going to not only make it better, but you have the skill sets to then own it and double down, right? And that's exactly what they did. Is they talked to the owner, they solved their problem. Super sad situation. The owner, his wife had cancer. They wanted to sell the facility so that they could pay for the chemo, in addition to also their lifestyle that they wanted to go live on the road and actually travel with the time that they had. And so he solved that problem. And he will reap the benefits because that facility for sure will be worth like 2.2 in 36 months or less, right? On a very conservative number and cap rate. And so you guys, most people, they want this passive income, right? We all want the passive income, the mailbox money, and without becoming an operator. And that's not how it works, right? A lot of people, yes, the myth is self-storage gets to be easy, and it's true. It gets to be easy with the right systems. It is still a business. You have to operate it like a business. When you put in systems, it gets to work for you, right? And so that's what we teach in storage school. And what we do very well is you have to underwrite it differently. Like if you're going to do it yourself, you're going to underwrite it differently. If you're going to underwrite it at the second, like hybrid approach, you're doing a call center and a boots on the ground. If you're going to underwrite it with a third party management, that looks very different. And we teach all three of those methods so that you know at the end of the day, how much cash flow are you actually making and which one is more realistic for your situation and how much time you have on your hands and what you want to take down and make responsibilities, right? So it's very much like, don't overthink it. And it's so true. Like this is example, the smartest person in the room where I see the storage school students that have the most success are the ones that get in there, they roll up their sleeves, they get their hands dirty. And yes, you're not going to know what you don't know, and that's fine. And that's why you join storage school or a community that of action takers that are going to, actually have answers for you when you come back with a problem. And so that's what we do very well is we create, you guys, the first 6 weeks is implementation over like perfection. Okay. Implementation over information. There's all these programs out there that give too much information and it's like fluff. It's not even the deep stuff. It's like, oh, it makes me like cringe, but it happens. And the whole part is like, we don't need more information. We need more action to learn the thing that you need to do, right? To go ask the better questions so that you become a millionaire. And, I say this like, I'm not special. You guys, I was a personal trainer making $50,000 a year. I worked for the state. I had 9 lives and I was able to roll up my sleeves while I was pregnant and buy my first facility, and it wasn't by accident. It was very intentional. And it took me 9 months of grit, and I'm so happy that I did it on the other side. And so I am in the trenches, you guys, with my students. I'm building my portfolio out. My goal is to own, you guys, 15 to 20 of these and to show what we're really doing right now to close these deals and what is actually working and what doesn't work and what we've seen, in this process. That is why our mission, you guys, in self-storage school is not to create more people who want to own storage and just talk about it. Our goal is to create more storage owners, right? We want more cash flowing storage owners in this world so that you can go do better things, right, with your life. And that is the whole purpose, is to create more owners because we need this. And you guys, especially as the whole key word, you guys, is downsizing. Lots of people right now are downsizing and they are putting their stuff in storage, and they will always put their stuff in storage, no matter an up market, a down market, or a sideways market. Okay. So I got a little passionate about that, but I wanted to just say what is going on right now. And, as a storage owner, I do want to say this, it's very true, is we have to take shots. Like I got this question all the time. Because we do have, you guys, our storage school cohort starts tomorrow. So if you are interested in joining in, like send me a message, just say school, right, to 916-579-7209, and we'll jump on a call and see if it's a good fit. But the big part to this is you have to take shots. Like you have to take shots in order to buy your first facility. And those shots are offers, right? And you're only going to make offers when you know the foundations of self-storage, which is our 6-week storage foundation bootcamp. And then you go into our self-storage school program. And so action over perfection all day long. And in 6 weeks, we want you submitting 1 to 3 offers and learning through that experience, because sometimes it's the first offer, but sometimes it's like the 20th offer, and that's okay. But someone told me this a long time ago, and I want you guys to hear this. A storage owner can't say yes to an offer that they do not have in their hands. And this is so true. Like when I heard this many years ago, I was like, I need to be taking shots. Like I can underwrite deals all day long. I can find deals. I can talk to brokers. I can create relationships. You guys, that is passive learning and relationships, which are good, but we need to be making offers and getting feedback on our offers so that we can go buy facilities. And that is what we really much implement in storage school and really focus on so that you get very good at this. So that is why our students are closing deals 10 times faster, is because they're not scared. They've already had practice. They've already had that Band-Aid ripped, and they've had tons of feedback. And so that is actually where you move the needle from becoming, a storage investor who is underwriting deals to becoming an owner. Completely opposite mindset and framework. And that's how you become a millionaire, is by doing that process. So speed wins this market. And it's true. Like if you do not even take anything away, speed wins this market. And that is exactly what we're doing. You guys, last week, I was on the phones. I cold call every single week of May right now. And I want my students to watch me call these storage owners. And I use my script and how I feel like I want to have a conversation and build a relationship with, and my students get to watch. And the whole goal, you guys, is not to always buy their facility. The goal is to introduce yourself, what you're doing in under like 10 seconds. And oh, by the way, hey, would you ever consider an offer? Right? It gets to be that simple. And then you get to build that relationship on, hey, how did you, come to buy this facility? Like I'm interested. And you guys, that changes everything. is when you ask people good questions, you're going to build a relationship and you're going to get a lot out of that session than you would have done with just thinking about it. Right. So I called about, you guys, for an hour and a half last week, about, I don't even know, I think it was like 53 owners. 75% did not pick up the phone. And I was shocked. I was actually, I'm like, is everyone just taking a siesta in Texas? Like, no one's picking up the phone. If I was, I secret shop my like storage facilities, and if someone didn't pick up the phone, I would be pissed. I would be so livid, because if you don't know, in the storage industry, if someone doesn't pick up a call, they are on to another storage facility just down the street. No one cares. They want to go rent their storage unit, and they're going to find either the most affordable or the closest one to their house, right? They're not brand recognized unless you're in like a giant city. And so literally 75% did not pick up the phone. And there is so much opportunity on the table here, especially for millennials to come by baby boomers, do a seller financing deal, right? We've got AI coming into the spectrum with AI voice, which we are trialing out in our storage facilities. We have a lot of different, systems and processes that make things easier so that we get more business. And we have workflows, like all these items, like there's so much tech in self-storage that gets to make things easier. And that's money that a lot of these owners are leaving on the table because they are, they don't have a website and they're full. They haven't raised prices in 5 to 8 years. And they're like, well, I'm already cash flowing. Why would I do that? Hands down. So you guys, the teaching moment here is confidence comes from action, right? Confidence comes from action. When you serve others, you get what you need. And it's so true. It comes back 10x. And so that is how our storage school student bought this $1.5 million facility, is because he followed up. He followed up and said, I'm the right buyer. Here's the money. Are you ready to play? Like, I'm ready to go and I'll close, so really big. I just wanted to make sure you guys understand that. So I'm going to walk you guys through a couple of these frequently asked questions about self-storage school. And so right now the cohort is open. So if you're interested, make sure you send me just a message. I want you to apply. We'll get on a call, just you and me or one of my business partners, and we'll see if it's a good fit. But this is what I hear about. Like, what if I'm scared? Will I get a return on my money, right? If I join this group or this community? And I always say, like, everyone shrinks with fear and they want to feel so certain, right? That they're going to get a return, and you should, hands down. But the big part is you can ask a million questions, but a lot of people just don't, they're so scared to take the action. And that's a big part, is making sure that, yes, buying a facility, there are steps that we walk you through in a milestone way. And at the same time, you do have to implement, right? And you can't be scared of your success. You have to, right, roll up your sleeves and get dirty and take action. And those are the people that I see get not only a huge return on their money, but they become a millionaire because of it. And they build a skill set and all the things down the line for their families. And so I say this in a heartbeat, is that, thank goodness I jumped in. You guys, I had one accidental rental and I laugh about it now, but for 9 months, it took me to buy my first facility. And I was pregnant and I was trying to sell my fitness business as well as look for my facility. And the joke in the family was, is the storage facility going to come first, or is the baby going to come first? Right. And so I was like literally training people when I was pregnant, underwriting storage deals, having conversations at lunch, talking to my business partners, and we finally found a deal. And this was like 6 weeks before I gave birth. Like, I didn't even go on my due diligence to this first facility because I could have had a Louisiana baby, but I trusted my partnerships. And that was one of my first big lessons that I had to learn, is that you have to trust in the process if you're doing the right actions and doing all the right steps, right? And I think that's a big thing that you have to do if you want to go bigger and dream bigger, is put yourself in the right community, take a lot of messy action, and then at some point you have to make that jump from that sidelines and trust in yourself that you've got your back. I got off a little bit of beating the track, but I wanted to bring this home. Is my whole family thought I was absolutely insane because I was having a baby, and I signed away my house. Like, I literally signed away my house for this SBA loan, as well as take life insurance out on this deal, right? And it's very interesting because, yeah, I was very nervous, especially in 2021 when interest rates were going up. Like, no one knew what was going on. But I am so glad that I bet on myself and I went all in, right? Because what I get to reap now is tremendous. And I'm only going to be scaling and building that empire, right now into the future. A lot of people say, do I need experience? No, you guys, if I have proof of this, you do not need experience. I didn't have experience in commercial real estate. I was a personal trainer. And then we had a firefighter buy 2 facilities who's 45 years old, who owned his primary home, and that's it. And then we just had another student close on a deal, and he owned, I think, like 2 homes, but he bought a facility in 4 months for $9,000 down. Right. And so if you are hungry and take action and go through the blueprint and stay that course, when it gets hard, it's only a matter of time before you will buy your first facility, right? If you keep on these storage school KPIs, it's only a matter of time before that right facility shows up and you take that shot and now you become a storage owner. Another big question that I do get is like, what if I fail, right? Like, what if I fail and I don't get a deal? And I want to talk about this because, man, we had 2 students, you guys, and I love these students and they're going to buy their first facility, but they worked so hard for 45 days and they had this facility under contract, went through due diligence, met the owner, all the things, and couldn't raise enough funds in time. And that was a really big key learning lesson, right? And so they learned so much in 45 days that they still maintained that relationship with the owner. And the owner's like, that's okay. Hey, I might sell to you guys next spring. And so they're going to take that deal down. Like, I know it is. I know they're going to do it. And they're going to come back 10 times stronger, right? Because they learned so much through that action. And also, they now know what they need to be doing at the same time, which is also raising money at the same time. And so this is an important lesson that we get to teach in storage school, and we get to add these tool sets and help you guys out. We have a private money PowerPoint that you show. We have a syndication PowerPoint that you can use. There's so many tool sets so that you can be raising the money while you find the deal. In the end, you guys, that was not a failure because they're going to buy a facility in 6 months. Like, it's just about a time to happen. Okay. They learned the most by putting themselves out there and getting this deal under contract than they would have just talking about it. Again, action over perfection all day long. Okay. The last thing that I do want to talk about is that new money is in operations. And it's true. Like, new money is in operations. The old strategy of finding the perfect deal is dead. Okay. The perfect deal doesn't exist. Versus if we can find some good deals that are going to be making money, they still make money. They don't have to be this perfect 40,000 square foot facility in this perfect market. No, like, that's the gem. We want to go for the gem, but sometimes we're going to buy 2 other facilities that are in a decent market and are really good facilities that are $500,000 or, 15,000 square feet. Like, that's great. Add 2 of those together in 6 months, right? So that we can go do it again and reduce your expenses. So I think the biggest part is, where can we make money and how can we do it? By decreasing risk and also by being creative and finding opportunity where most people pass. And that is what Breon did, who was exceptional. Like, this guy is amazing. Came in and is like, Bree, I'm going to buy a storage facility. Lives in Virginia, bought one in Texas. You guys, seller financing deal, 10,000 square feet for $90,000. He only had to put $9,000 down. And he's added 4 billboards. He's added more revenue. He added a U-Haul or three U-Haul trucks. So he gets to split that revenue with U-Haul. He's increased the occupancy from 70% all the way up to 85%. He is increasing prices. Like, this guy is going to make so much money because he saw, yes, was it a smaller facility? Hands down, in a town that's smaller? Absolutely. But people still need like storage in small towns, and he's going to be able to not only refinance in like 24 to 36 months and take 150 out, he would also be able to sell it for 315,000 in 3 years and then go 1031 to something bigger, right? So it's not about finding that perfect deal. It's about, actually adding value, finding opportunity, and making it the perfect deal. And that is what good investors do, is they see that and they spot that and they actually execute on it to become a good storage owner and operator and a multimillionaire. Like, this guy is going to be a millionaire and own 2 other facilities in this area in the next, literally, like, probably, like, I don't even know, like 4 months. Okay. So the new gold rush is operation excellence in order to become a good millionaire, storage millionaire in the next couple of years. And so looking for money on the table. We need to get good at that. And that is what we train in storage school. We have a whole underwriting tool set that walks you through where's the value, where's the money on the table. Like Mr. Wonderful says, like, where's the cash, right? And the deal is dead to me, because you say the deal is dead to you 90% of the time, and the 10% time you say yes, those are the ones you want to take shots on. To put this into a nice, beautiful bow, storage is about to change fast. And it's true. As a millennial watching AI, we already are, we just are putting out a storage AI boss bot, which I'm so excited about. It will be a tool set in addition to your human approach of underwriting to help you understand what that facility is worth and what it could be worth in 3 to 5 years, and if it's in a good market, and what are the risks on the table. And then, it will also help you submit offers faster. And so this will be changing, the landscape on how we do deals and how we get offers out, especially as storage school students. We will be able to buy facilities 10 times faster with this AI tool set. And this will only help students to ask the right questions and ask the guardrails that are important so that you think about the full perspective and do critical analysis. And that is huge. That is absolutely huge. It does not replace underwriting, because you still have to do underwriting and understand it, but it does help you get you to your answer faster, right? And look at everything on the board. Like, what does the whole dashboard look like, and how does it make it look pretty in like under 2 minutes, right? AI is changing this world, and storage school, we're at the top of this precipice. Like, we're going to be there at the very top, because like, I'm young and I'm hungry and I want to help you guys win just as much, right, as I do. And this is the biggest part, is we want to bring technology to you guys so that you can utilize it and have that edge. Like, AI is the edge. And if you're not using it, you will get left behind. Storage school students have access to the Storage AI Boss Bot. It is copyrighted only for storage school students. And so if you are wanting to get into this cohort, you will be the first ones to have access to it. And also, it will be, I think it's like unlimited for however long you guys had for storage school, which is, I think it's like unlimited for a lifetime, something like that. So anyways, what is changing? Storage AI agents for storage owners, how we underwrite self-storage with a storage underwriting AI offer calculator, the AI offer blaster that we are creating right now, which is really cool, so that we can send to brokers and off-market storage owners. So there's so many new things, customer experiences. We get to actually record our calls and understand what customers really want and use that through our objection, through our sales agents and call centers. We now understand that there was insulation in unit 26A that was falling down. So now I get a handyman to come out faster than I would have known as an owner, remote owner, right? So there's so many things that is going to help the self-storage industry. And also, as a business owner, it doesn't freak me out, because it's only going to help me reduce my expenses and also help my customers gain better experience by utilizing my storage product, right, in our community. So I am thrilled about this. We are going heads down into it in order to not only help our storage school students win with AI, but also use it as the cheat code. Okay. So big thing, it is buy time right now. Like, don't stay on the sidelines. It is buy time. Get in. You have to get in to understand the foundations, to learn how to buy storage within 6 weeks, and then send offers. It's going to take time. So get in now so that you're learning, and then you're going to take a lot of action. That's the whole goal. Urgency over perfection wins good storage deals every single time. And it's so true. So, it's like the next 2 to 3 years are going to be just huge, massive opportunities in the self-storage industry. And the people who are buying these unsophisticated owners that are mom and pop in third and fourth tier markets are going to be the ones that win, because they are around data centers. That is where the growth is happening. These are in markets that REITs will come into in the next 7 to 10 years, and they're going to want to buy your facility, right? For 2x, 4x, whoever knows how long you hold it for, right? So this is where opportunity is bred, is now, not in talking about storage. It's about becoming a storage owner and operator now, so that you can push your NOI, double your income, and sell it, right? Or flip it, or 1031 to, increase your net worth. So if deep down inside, you feel like you want to buy self-storage, you're in a W-2, I love W-2s. I worked for Fish and Wildlife. I know the cubicle lifestyle. It's great. and I knew I was meant for more, and I wanted to, go at time freedom and financial freedom, as I did that. And so if that is your calling, like making sure that you get into the right program. And so Self Storage School is open. We want to help you become an owner and want to do it in a faster way than you would by yourself. Like you don't have to go into self-storage ownership by yourself. Make sure you insert yourself in a community that is stronger than Will, that will help you win, okay, in 2026 and beyond. So our spring, cohort is open right now for enrollment. And so if you want to get in, make sure you send me a message. This is my business phone number. So just send me a message, school, to 916-579-7209. I'll send you an application. We'll jump on a call. It's not, all these other people that are jumping on calls with. You are talking with me and one other business partner. We both own storage together. And so you will be talking with a business owner and operator. So that is a huge, huge advantage over anything else, right? We care about keeping our cohort small so that we can give you guys attention and we can help you cross that finish line. So excited to see you guys in Storage School. Until the next time, see you soon. Bye.